Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us for what we call Pop-Up Popcorn with a Program. I am Renee Forsyth and I lead the first year experience program here for Pima Community College, and what we like to do is come to you live from our different events so that if you're not able to join us on campus, or maybe you're a long distance or a virtual student, you can still learn about all the important programs and resources that we are featuring. So today we are at Northwest Campus. We'll be here until 1 o'clock, so if you want to come get some free popcorn, please do. But we are also featuring the liberal arts and transfer programs. So I have our fabulous advisor for this program, Mr. John Ocasio. He's going to introduce himself and tell you a little bit more about what you should know about liberal arts at Pima. Let me turn this camera around.
Great.
All right, so go ahead and introduce yourself and
Hello,
what you
everybody.
do here.
Good afternoon. My name is John Ocasio. I'm the program advisor for liberal arts. I am based here at the beautiful Northwest Campus of Pima. I actually worked with the University of Arizona for about 10 years in admissions, recruitment, and in academic advising before coming over here to Pima for liberal arts program advising. So I've been here for about 2 years with Pima, loving it, and I've had a lot of students transfer successfully to universities already.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So which program specifically do you advise?
Yeah, so being the liberal arts program advisor, what that really means is if you're not doing a science degree, right, anything that doesn't require at least Calculus 1, if you're not doing a business degree for transfer, then you're a liberal arts student. And specifically my students are pre-law, pre-architecture, and basically any degree or anything that Pima doesn't have a degree for. So if you're going to transfer to a university with the intent of eventually going to law school or going on to something else, those are professional degrees that you do beyond a community college. So essentially I'm advising pre-professional students so they know exactly what they're doing at Pima before they transfer to wherever they're going.
And you help lay out the pathways for them of which courses to take here at Pima, and then also be strategizing to be ready for that transfer, correct?
Exactly.
Awesome. And do you only work with like the in-state schools, or what if a student wanted to transfer out of state?
Good question. I've actually had several students who, specifically it was North Carolina, University of Pittsburgh, University of Pennsylvania. What we did was we talked about what it was they wanted to do, what did they want to transfer to. So together we actually sat down, pulled up that program requirements on that school's website, and determined exactly what classes they would take at Pima so they don't have to take those same classes when they moved out of state.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So every program tends to have its myths that sometimes are true, but sometimes they need to get busted.
Right.
So when it comes to liberal arts, what would you say is a myth that you commonly hear that you would love to bust?
Right. So the myth is liberal arts is worth nothing. What does that do for me? So really, you're a liberal arts student, again, if you're not a business student and you're not a science student. As far as Pima is concerned, you're liberal arts. And the benefit of a liberal arts education at Pima is you're able to get all your general education courses done for pretty much any bachelor's degree at any university in the state. We can work with you if you're going out of state. But then on top of getting your gen eds done for liberal arts, the rest of it is just taking classes that count specifically towards the bachelor's degree you want to do at whatever university you're going to. So that's one of the biggest myths is what is a liberal arts education? How is that going to benefit me? Well, you're going to get a liberal arts education as a pre-law student, and there's a lot of pre-professional degrees out there.
What about the myth that Pima doesn't have my program, so I'm just going to do general studies?
Yeah, good question. So Pima no longer offers a degree called the Associate of General Studies. Now you are an Associate of Arts and Liberal Arts General Concentration student. What does that mean? That means you're getting your gen eds done, and you're getting your focus, your concentration is going to be classes that count specifically towards the degree you want to transfer to, right? Trying to think of an example. If you were going to transfer to the U of A's criminal justice degree, right, there are specific classes you would take towards criminal justice that count towards your general concentration here at Pima. And if you're confused about that, that's why you have an advisor, so we can work together to figure it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What about the myth that kind of hovers around the law degrees and the paths for that?
Oh, good. That's a very good question, right? So the myth out there is that you have to do a certain degree to get into law school. That is absolutely not true. There are no specific bachelor's degrees that you must complete in order to be accepted into a law school. Some of the more popular routes are political science, or like a bachelor's of arts in psychology, or a bachelor's in criminal justice. You don't have to do any of those, and you can actually do more than one bachelor's degree and graduate in the exact same amount of time. So I actually already have a student who transferred to the University of Arizona who's doing 2 degrees in criminal justice and psychology, and then will be applying for law school after that. But she started here at Pima. And so now she only has 2 years at a university to get 2 bachelor's degrees at the same time, and then she has her 3 years of law school after that. So what should you do if you're thinking about law school in the future? You should commit to a bachelor's that you know you're going to be successful in, you're going to enjoy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else that you'd like to dispel as far as rumors, myths, legends with liberal arts?
Yeah. So a liberal arts education is actually the way to go if you're considering a career in architecture, right? So that's one of the other things I advise for. If you intend on pursuing a career in architecture, the universities have a very set curriculum that with U of A, it's 5 years no matter when you transfer. So some people think, I'm going to go to Pima, I'm going to be there for 2 years, and then I can graduate sooner with a bachelor's in architecture. That's actually not the best way to go, which is why you want to make sure you're talking to an advisor. If you're going to go the architecture route, you should transfer as soon as possible, because it's going to be 5 years no matter what of architecture classes. So depending on what you want to do, you want to talk to the advisor to determine when is the best time to transfer, because you actually don't need to have your associate's degree to transfer to a university, and it might be in your best interest and in the best interest of your wallet to transfer to a university sooner than later.
And do they need to finish an associate's degree before they transfer?
Good question. So an associate's is not required for admission to universities. In the state of Arizona, they usually just want at least 12 credits, which is 4 classes at a community college, and a 2.0 GPA, which is a C average, in order to be classified as a transfer student. So the benefit of completing a liberal arts education at Pima, an associate of liberal arts, is that you're going to get 2 years of coursework done and only have 2 years left for your bachelor's degree. The sooner you transfer, the more you have to pay for and the more you have to do at the university. The benefit of doing it at Pima is really smaller classroom sizes, and it's cheaper. I think it's about 10% of what tuition is at a university.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
So if a student had any other questions or just wanted to follow up and meet with you, what's the best way for them to contact you?
Best way to contact me is by email. My email is J as in John, M as in Michael, Ocasio, so JMOCASIO at pima.edu. You can also call me at 206-2218. If you want my contact information, go to any student services center and just say you'd like the contact info for the liberal arts program advisor.
Thank you. And what I'll go ahead and do is after the video, I will post that contact information as well, so that you can see it in the comments if you're watching this video in replay. So again, we are here at Northwest Campus until 1 o'clock. We are just outside the bookstore. If you want to come and join us for that free popcorn and to talk to John and our other folks here in person, please do. But otherwise, if you have any comments while you're watching this or questions, just drop them below in that comment box and we'll follow up and get you connected with whoever can be the best person to answer that question if it is not us. So thank you so much for joining us for Pop-Up Popcorn with the program. We will see you next time at our next event in October, where we are featuring health-related professions at West Campus. Check out our page for more details. Thanks. Bye.